Hi, sir. I don't think we've met before.
I'm Mike McLean. I'm the interim chief of
God
police.
bless you, sir.
How are you doing today?
I'm okay. Not well because I do know I want to take some accountability because I am recording though. I've never been involved in a scamming like this in my life.
I heard you wanted to talk to me.
Please.
I have a room back here. Hi,
Sure.
I'm Mike McLean.
This is
Yeah,
my
nice to meet
so
Nice to meet you.
my-
Do you mind coming back? We'll sit down.
Please, thank you for taking the time. Take it, honey, please. Because there is a lot of money in the water, because there's been a lot of officers, I called from Canada. And, yeah, and the officers, some of them retired, and based on the information I had came in all the way from Canada to give to Deputy Chief Kazarowski, I realized when he was saying the information he was getting relayed was not accurate.
Okay.
So I left Illinois in 2019. I have all the documentation, passport office, border closed, notice vacancy given to a
So
property.
right before the pandemic began, you left.
My
okay.
sister's dying.
Okay.
And I have the
Sorry to hear that.
documentation for that, and I'm the only boy. One of the reasons, I'm not sure if you've seen the video, I was very upset because I'm carrying so much. And I'm a medical student, I have my documentation, I have OBGYN rotations. I was taught to be trusting. My fiance has learning impairment and disability. She lives with her mom in Des Plaines, Illinois.
Oh, close by. Okay.
And we met. You can call my church and talk to my priest if you want to check it. We do missionary work together. I took possession in 2019 of the place. Never moved in, never did anything. Started bringing in furniture, my medical books and whatever. And then as soon as my mom told me she needs me, went back to country, gave notice of vacant right off the bat to this property manager and the staff. They, from the cusp of the beginning, and I have the paper trail evidence, even though a cease and desist had been sent to this lady, they continued to accuse me of damages, this and that, paper trails, and
What sort of damages?
they were trying, first they were like, oh, smoking, oh, you caused damage to electricity, health violation, water pipes breaking, and I was like, guys, you are all aware I don't live in your country, so I would call them, all these people in the corporation, and I'd be like, I don't live in your country. And then they acknowledge in the audio recording, because at one point the attorneys told me, if you're working with law enforcement to help them, you can record if a crime is being committed. So I started documenting all the recordings.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I exposed the corporation and their attorney and all their people in that email chain with the audio recording, they went radio silent. The property manager had lied to Deputy Chief Kazarowski and whomever was saying that, they tried putting blame on her because she was still in Illinois. They had no way of pinning anything on me. They sent me a memorandum that they wanted me to
What were they accusing?
So
that I was living there.
Yes.
When I've been living with my mom for the last 30 years.
The whole time?
Absolutely.
And we have the evidence. They did lure her there a few times, sir, and I have the evidence
Not
for
to
that
mention,
too.
my mom was talking with one of you guys too, and his mom was here too.
It's this gentleman, Officer Quinones. So you guys have protocols which we respected, and they said that I called the FBI because what happened is once we became aware that I was being defrauded, because Illinois' laws had stated the staff, Laura, Jessica, and people from the Corp had lied to me saying that in Illinois, if you ever leave stuff behind, you're still a resident. And I was like, I've never rented a place in my life. My mom was the guarantor. She voided the renewal. I told her in writing 3 times, vacant, no one's living there. Instead, the property manager, I had never set up any services, no utilities, no nothing. This lady continued sending us emails, and we were yelling back at her in email and on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
My mom's like, my son's left your country 1.5 years ago. But she continued saying, dear resident, dear this, dear that, to her and my mom, and included Caroline.
Yeah.
Then they started sending me, showed Officer Quinones, because we came here, because your officers wanted it in person. So I don't have a residency here, I'm staying at a hotel. We can't live together until we're married. That's our way we are. The staff had told me, based on that deception statement, that if you leave stuff behind, you're a resident.
Mm-hmm.
That, well, since we're going to put you on a month-to-month. And then I was like, that doesn't make any sense. I don't live in your country. And then it
Were
was.
they, how were they taking payments? Were they charging a credit
They
card
were
for this,
intimidating
or
me by calling me in Canada. They had all my details. They had my social.
No, but as far as the rental payments, the monthly payments, did you make some payments to them initially, and then how were they charging you thereafter?
So
how did they do that?
They had something called a portal, and a portal system to log into, and I relied on the deceptive comment because once I gave McCormick notice I left the country, she had said to me that this is how it's going to be, this is how it is in Illinois, which we found out was false information in 2022, when she literally tried to pretend I was living there the whole time. And they were calling me in Canada and sending me paper trails saying, per your request, as you requested, we're doing services for you.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't have any requests, I don't live there. And then they were like, oh yeah, but your stuff is here. This was a lady by the name of Laura who works with McCormick. And they were like, well, in Illinois, you just have to go on a month to month. So here I am, being taken for granted. Literally, they're telling me if I don't do it, it's going to hurt my mom's credit and hurt my credit. And I'm panicking. So I'm giving them my credit card information. And then they did that for the entire year. Now, I understand police don't look into civil matters. So I retained lawyers. And the lawyers told me these are criminal components that we can't assist you with. So that was why the first lawyer, Charles Drennan, drafted that document saying these are criminal matters. I can't help you.
What's the crime?